You have died. That is the only thing you know for sure. Any memories you have are a jumbled mess, if they're even yours to begin with. Your body, or whatever it is that serves as your body, is nothing more than a blank slate, a featureless vessel for an ego ground to dust. Amidst the confusion and decay that is you, there is a singular impulse that animates you, a command from a dead god. Climb the tower, it says, and so you do. This is Disillusion, the oniric RPG. Now, before we begin, let me say this. Disillusion is an artsy-fartsy game, and as such, it's a bit of a hard sell. Full disclosure, the combat is a bland turn-based affair, and the visuals can be harsh on the eyes. It's not a game I would have played had I not met a developer in a forum, but the experience is actually really cool. Much like LSD Dream Emulator, or Seinfeld, the enjoyment comes from just letting things happen. You wander around in the game and find things that are sometimes weird, sometimes funny, and sometimes beautiful. So, let me tell you what the game's all about. We follow Golem, a dead soul whose ego has been destroyed. By this point in time, our character is closer to being nothing than being anything at all, but somehow we still exist. In the afterlife, where he is stranded, there is a tower, and our only goal as a player is to climb it. The tower's purpose in turn is to serve as a path to either reincarnation or nirvana, Buddhist style. Inside the tower there are many parted souls, both friendly and unfriendly, but regardless of who you meet, no one makes a lick of sense. That is because the longer you stay inside the tower, the more you begin to lose your sense of self. In this place, everyone's memories slowly start to get fuzzy and to blend with those of other people, so many get lost, unsure of who they are or what they're even doing. And I believe the game is designed to make the player feel that way too. The levels are designed like a maze, but they function more like a labyrinth. Allow me to explain. Yes, the level layout looks like the back page of the kids menu at Chili's, but if you've ever wondered what the point of a labyrinth is, it's meant to be a form of walking meditation, a way to enter into trance. The repetitive motion and the visuals are meant to hypnotize you, and as a result you're put into a more contemplative or maybe even spiritual state of mind. So, in between the melancholic music, the incoherent ramblings, and the fact that I played while sleep deprived, I really started to feel it. I recorded my live reactions on Twitter and the Agora Road forum. Somehow I left with the impression that I was being deep and contemplative, but looking back on it, I realized I was just spouting dumb, brain-rotting stream of consciousness bullshit into a public space. Let me show you what I mean. These ghosts kinda look like Darkside Phil. Okay, fucker mothers, it's time for session 3. I got myself like a liter of Earl Grey tea now, so I can optimize my pee production while playing. This character says, Kath does not seem like the most reliable businessman, but I suppose I do admire his mindset. And I say, you mean grindset, Mel, get it right. And now the worst offender among all the tweets. Yeah, I'm a pretty sick dude, not gonna lie. I'ma be reborn as a cockroach just because it's got the word cock on it. What the fuck is wrong with me? After all that, you might be suffering a bit of tonal whiplash and think I'm a psycho. But the thing is, the game doesn't take itself too seriously either. A lot of the events in the game are just silly situations, like this guy who attended a Grindonomics and Hustling 101 lecture, but the teacher never arrived. Or this really fat fish who sends you on a quest to fetch him sweet corn, which turns out to be a contraband item. In any case, the game's humor doesn't limit itself to presenting weird situations and spouting nonsense. It bleeds over into the RPG aspects of the game too. For example, the available equipment is a bunch of random shit like truck nuts, cat ears, and a spiked bra. Drinking malt liquor raises your maximum mana, and a PBJ sandwich stands for pork, beans, and jelly, and it cures poison of all things. While making the script for this video, I messaged the dev since we're on friendly terms, and shot him some questions about the game. Among them I asked for the canonical recipe for the pork beans and jelly sandwich, to which he replied with this: pickled pork rinds, baked beans, and grape jelly, specifically served lukewarm. Not gonna lie, I think he was just fucking with me since this sounds like the most noxious shit ever conceived by man. But I am no coward, so how about we do a taste test? Hi, welcome to Soma J Spice Grouping Show. Today we're gonna make Disillusion's pork, beans, and jelly sandwich. It's gonna be fucking disgusting. So, I got white bread like any affluent white woman would. Okay, bam. Oh, let's get the jelly. Spread it all over. Okay, here we go. Now we get the pickled pork rinds. Oh! Oh! Look at that texture. Fuck. It smells a lot like vinegar. It's very strong. Oh shit, I'm getting second thoughts right now. Oh! Fuck. I think that's enough. Now, let's get the beans. It says they taste like they should, which isn't very reassuring, to be honest. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Oh.
This is what we eat in Birmingham.
In Birmingham, prime British cuisine. Go on. I'm gonna put it in the microwave. Okay, 30 seconds. Did you know that humans and pigs share 98% of their DNA? That's why for organ transplants where there's no human recipient, no human donator, they often use pig organs. So if you think about it, pork meat probably tastes a lot like human meat. That you should know. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Delicious. Okay, let's go for a taste test. Oh, it's so soggy. Oh, it's hard. Dude, it's so fucking sloppy. Ah, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh. Is it going? Come on. Give it a try, Mr. Bitches. Oh, fuck.
10 out of 10.
Going back to the game, let's talk about the story. While understanding the game's narrative demands plenty of attention and interpretation by the player, luckily for us there's a character that accompanies us and explains most of the world's context. On the second floor, by chance, we meet the Greek muse Melpomene, who is trying to figure out why souls who climb the tower have become unable to either be reborn or reach nirvana. As it turns out, an entity called Mara has placed a trap at the top, breaking the cycle of karma and imprisoning the souls of the dead. Our quest then becomes to defeat Mara and free the souls unable to reap their karma. In the normal route, things are pretty basic. With the help of Mel, we clear the 30 floors of the tower and meet with Mara at the top. She offers us to join her, and in return she can set us free from our cycle of eternal suffering. Thing is, our protagonist is afflicted with a curse that, quote-unquote, separates the functions of personality, thinking, memory and perception. My best guess is that we have severe schizophrenia. Because of this, it's impossible for us to reach nirvana, and maybe it's also why the game looks like a Hyperborean meme. If we refuse Mara's offer and defeat her, the cycle of karma is restored, but we're doomed to suffer forever. If we join her, she creates a new reality, with her as the sole god. She crafts a perfect body for us and we become her son, her prophet, and the judge of both the living and the dead. The implication, it seems, is that Mara becomes Yahweh, and our protagonist becomes Jesus Christ. Now this is where things get interesting, because there's actually a couple of hidden endings. To get the true ending, the player must meet the Crow God. You see, there's a bunch of crows scattered all over the tower, and interacting with them only makes them caw at you. But if you complete this convoluted questline where you follow this cat spirit, he gives you a coin that allows you to speak with them. They generally just mock you and tell you that you're mentally ill, but one of them can take you directly to the Crow God, which is revealed to be the first god among all. He discloses that the source of Golem's illness is none other than Mel herself, as she is the muse of tragedy. If we want to be able to reach nirvana, she must die. She willingly gives up her life out of guilt, on the condition that we defeat Mara. After fighting the final boss, we are able to reach nirvana or be reborn, now free of illness. Supposedly, there is also a worst possible ending, where Mel kills you and fights Mara alone, but is unable to defeat her. I did 2 complete playthroughs trying to get this ending, but the only thing I found is that you're able to piss Mel off enough, to the point that she abandons you. And that's the thing about this game. There's still a bunch of hidden stuff that I haven't been able to find, despite me spending 13 hours on a 2-hour game. For example, there is this floor where you're chased by a monster. If the monster catches up to you, you're sent back to the starting point of the level. Hidden in this level is a portal that sends you to a location filled with graves. Clicking on one specific grave sends you to a library, where you meet a ghost guarding secret knowledge. Speaking to him sends you to a gigantic maze where there are hidden bookshelves that narrate some sort of lore. Exploring the maze, I quickly found out that the portals just send you back to the library, meaning that they work as exit points. Except that deep into the maze, I found a red portal. At first, I thought that the textures were just glitching out because the game tends to do that sometimes. But no, this really was a red portal, and the only one I've ever seen in the game. I clicked on it and it took me to a very bloody and empty hospital. While clicking around to see what I could find, I interacted with a door, which took me to some kind of satanic ritual space. I tried interacting with the altar, but nothing happened. By this point I was pretty sure I was about to be jump scared, since I was 5 levels deep into secret areas, and everything was pointing towards spooky stuff, but nothing happened. I still have no idea what this place is supposed to do, but I'm sure it does something. Certainly, there's many more secrets to be found, but I am too lazy to go through the game again, so that's why I'm doing this video. Maybe there's a really interesting or scary secret to be found, and one of you will be able to unlock it. Probably not, but in any case I do think the game is pretty cool, and I recommend it if you're interested in the occult and esoteric. If this kind of thing catches your eye, there's a prequel in the works and it looks like it will be better by a huge margin. The art has improved a lot and the developer's style is starting to come onto its own, And since it appears that there will be no more combat, which was honestly a drag, I'm sure we'll be seeing a bigger focus on story and exploration, which was the most compelling part of the first game. But most important of all, Rig, as he calls himself in the forums, is just a swell guy and I want him to succeed. Especially since his computer just died and a lot of the new game's data was lost. He needs a morale boost, so go send him some support. And that's all for today. We'll see each other again pretty soon on the next video.